wow, how well, Sprat. But yeah, Live 2D was, or not Live 2D. I was chatting with someone for a bit. I was chatting with someone, but E3, it was okay. There was so many driving simulators, flying simulators while we waited for Ubisoft chat. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Alrighty. Time to go into drawing mode. But yeah, there was like so many like loading screens basically for almost a whole hour. And there was like some stuff that happened. It wasn't like an entire hour, I was exaggerating, but goodness gracious, there was like a lot of waiting pretty much. Okay. Anyways. The next week I'm probably gonna draw a lot because I do miss drawing. I do want to get back to like the swing of drawing. I kind of blame Frostpunk because Frostpunk is very addicting. Maybe I just vibe with it. Even though it's very tough as heck at first. I finally got the hang of it. I'm like, haha, I don't have to go full evil route. Take that. I can't wait for, what was it? Can't wait for the other days. I can't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is, like, Xbox and Bethesda stuff. I really want Elder Scrolls, more Elder Scrolls 6 info. Whatever the title may be. Whatever, like, a new land we will explore. I want to know. I want to know badly. Because I really enjoyed I enjoyed Skyrim though. I finally got all the achievements, even though I didn't have to. I wanted to. Bethesda's gonna be Pog, I feel. Oh, I feel that too. I think they're gonna be Pog. Maybe they'll be Fallout 5 or something like that. Fallout 5, Elder Scrolls 6. Heck, it's like, I'm okay with Fallout, just like a Fallout announcement as well. Like, if it's Fallout, then I'm cool with it. Because I also like Fallout, because it does, like, run in a similar way to the Elder Scrolls game, so I would be down for Fallout 6. Or not 6, excuse me. 5. 6 is not there yet. Starfield. Yes. Although I'm afraid I don't know a lot of games. I'm mildly uncultured. Just mildly uncultured in video games. A little bit. I am low-key boomer. But yeah, E3 was fun. I was a little worried because of the waiting times. It's like, oh, there's driving and walking simulators, huh? While we wait for UB Forward, but luckily there was like some like other stuff that showed up while we waited, but still, it was like, dang, man. Can't believe we're going on walking simulator mode. I don't know, maybe like some Doom or Wolfenstein. Oh yeah! Doom game would be pretty pog. New Doom game. Wolfenstein 2 would be pog as well. Never played either of those games. I have seen my older brothers play it though, a while back. Both of them, so it's like, that looks pretty pog. Yep. Next week, expect lots of art streams mostly. Although I will have like the Friday. I think I pretty much will decide to make Friday the Paper Mario day, because it's like that's like the long-term series I decided to start on is Paper Mario on the GameCube. So I like Paper Mario. I enjoy Paper Mario, but a part of me wants to go through like everyone's dialogues, but also I know that it's gonna tire out my voice. It's gonna tire out my voice if I read that much dialogue. So I might have to stop reading Tattles eventually, because it might get like too much. But we'll see. Speaking of E3, I also look forward to Tuesday, because that's Nintendo's time to shine is on Tuesday. I hope Breath of the Wild 2 we get more info about that. Because I like the first one. Because I'm all about exploration, getting items and stuff. I did find the, what was it? I did find the fact that it's like, oh, all the weapons have durability and there's no way to, like, repair it kind of odd. But I didn't find it to be that bad, although maybe it's because it's like, I explore, like, almost everywhere. And there's, like, monsters everywhere, and then there's, like, I could get, like, weapons and stuff, so I guess I didn't find it to be too bad. That was the one odd thing, though. Especially for valuable weapons, it's like, fudge. It's gonna take up inventory space. New Smash character. Ooh. True. There may be new Smash character, hopefully. So I think it's been a while since the Xenoblade Girls got announced. So it might be about time for a new Smash character, I think. I don't know if I could ever be as hype as I was before with the Sephiroth though. That was the most hype I felt for new Smash characters. It's like, although it's like not saying that like the other ones are like eh. It's like they're all pretty unexpected and cool. But Sephiroth though. maybe I'm a little biased because I T3 sub for Sephi. But you know, I was very hyped. The moment it's like I still remember the moment when I heard just like the first note, and that was enough for me to know like, oh no. So, but either way, I think, but hopefully it's like it's like something that's like, oh hey, it's what people were looking forward to, like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Although he is also Disney, I don't think there'd be like some weird licensing thing because it's like it's not only Square Enix but it's also like Disney. Anime sword character? No, the anime sword character. It's like But Sora is a Keyblade master, or Keyblade user, I mean. It's very different from the Sora. But no, in all seriousness though, it's like, oh man, imagine they just run with that. Imagine they somehow run with that. They're just like, here you go, have more anime sword characters. If it's anime, and it's like there's got to be at least like a character using like a spear or an axe or something. It's like, okay, I think there's like I think there's enough, I'd say. But you know, I would be, I was like, I'd probably like be neutral. I'm like, oh hey, okay. But yes, I'm very curious. I wonder who else might be like a good contender. Hmm. Maybe they might announce a major Animal Crossing update. Who knows? Which, speaking of, I still need to play that. Maybe I might like do guerrilla game streams with Animal Crossing. Who knows? There might not be too much. There might not be too much happening though. Most of it is probably just gonna be me doing time travel shenanigans. Time travel shenanigans. Let's go. This last time I played was back in June when I was like trying to work on the little wedding event. I wanted to get like all the items that I could, even the variations of items, like the color variations. I just gotta have them all. I think you could change it now. I don't remember. It's been too long since I played. Pretty much like literally almost over a year now. It's almost a year now. Whoopsies. Whoopsie doopsie. Oh well. Yes, Breath of the Wild, new Smash character announcement. What else could Nintendo announce? I guess more info on Pokemon? That would be another one. I could see them doing, unless the Pokemon company has their own show. But if not, then maybe E3 might be the time they talk about Pokemon more. Because there's like what was it? Oh yeah, the new Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out. Another new game coming out that I already forgot the name of. Oops. I haven't touched Pokemon in a good while now, so I'm a little outdated. It's been a long time since I played a Pokemon game. But I do like a lot. I do like their character designs though. It's all pretty poggers. I guess I can go ahead and erase that. Don't know that I needed that. There. Erase that line and then clean it up a bit. I think Square Enix is on Monday, so I'm also looking to see how what the heck Square Enix is planning. I don't know. Yeah, IRL, like maybe more Splatoon news. I don't know. Oh yeah, Splatoon, because they also like there was also a bit of teaser for Splatoon 3 next, which is like coming up next year, or it comes out sometime next year. Splatoon is going to be pretty poggers. It's been a while since I played it. I want to play it again. Maybe when the third one comes out. But I'm not that. I'm although it is a casual game, it's like There'll be inevitably lots of splats, but you know, that's okay. As long as I have fun. And Splatoon is gonna be hecka fun. And if nothing else, I can always just play through the story. Big thinkies on what else they could do. I think that's about it. That's about all I could think of. There's Legend of Zelda, there's Pokemon, there's Splatoon, like you said, Smash, new Smash character as well, like you mentioned also. Possible Animal Crossing updates. Who knows? There's lots of possibilities. Maybe there might be indie games, unless the indie games have their own sort of a thing. I did watch a few indie direct shows. It's like, or not a few shows, but like a few trailers while waiting for E3 to start. It's like, oh hey, lots of cute games I want to try out. Lots of cute indie games. Although I might not buy it right away. But it's piqued my interest enough. I'm like, oh hey, I want to buy it. Even if I can't buy it right away, I do want to buy it in the future. But yep, next week I'm gonna be doing pretty much a lot of art streams, and then one day Paper Mario. And then that'll probably be like that for a while. Cause I know myself well enough that it's like I'm gonna explore a lot of Paper Mario. I like to like try to get like a lot of I like trying to get a lot of stuff. And exploration games with that, where it's like, oh hey, I could explore around and get items while I'm at it. Let's go. Maybe I might set up like a little nostalgia week in July, sometime in July. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe summer sale might bring in more. Maybe the future summer sale for Steam might bring a lot of surprise games. I wish there was like a way I could like stream my Game Boy Advance games and stuff. Anything that's like any of my portable systems, like the 3DS and stuff. I wish I could stream that, but I'd have to buy like some like some like special capture cards for it, because there's like some of them there's like no way to really stream. Although at least for PSP, I could it's like At least for PSP, there's like a component cable I can use with a converter. And I could just borrow my brother's PSP that is able to use that converter. So that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. But yeah, E3 was pretty interesting. I can't say I was like overtly excited for it though, because since a lot of the Ubisoft games I just don't really play, so it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That was my reaction most of the time. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Although Rainbow Six Extraction looked pretty dang intense. It gave off like Left 4 Dead vibes, GTFO vibes a little bit. And yeah, that was intense. That was hecka intense. Not gonna lie, that was pretty intense. And then yeah, it really reminded me of GTFO. It really do, especially with those weird alien-looking creatures. It's like, dang. What was another game that was interesting? Riders Republic. Riders Republic. That's very interesting. Although I don't play games like that, I'm like, oh, wow, that's chaotic. And from the comments, like a few friends have made while we were doing like a little mini watch along, it's like, holy mackerel. That sounds chaotic and fun. Then, what was another one? Far Cry 6. I haven't seen any of the other trailers of Far Cry 6. That was my first one that I ever saw about it. So I'm like, whoa. Whoa, dang. We're going dark here, huh? I've never played a Far Cry game. Me neither. I've never played a Far Cry game ever before. I think I may have seen like one of my brothers play it, but that's about it. Other than that, I myself have never played it. Man, speaking of Nintendo, slightly unrelated, but Doki Doki Literature Club just like got released new stuff, new updates, and they're coming out to consoles now. So I'm like, oh shoot, more content, let's go. I've already played through it though, so I won't be like so I already know like the surprises. So many games, so little time, indeed. Can there be like more than 24 hours in a day, please, Kate? Thanks. Or even like, can we function without having to sleep? Like, it's like, you know, it's like sleep is an option, and that we don't require sleep. It's just like, oh hey, we have energy. If we want to, we could sleep, but we don't have to. Be like robots, in other words. Yeah, time to delete your 500-hour Apex saves because Monica says no. Imagine. Hi, Izzo. How's what was it? How was the ND? I blanked for a bit. I done blanked. Whoopsies. I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm just gonna be here in chat. That's okay. So far we are not doing too good. Oh no, what happened? Give me the rundown. Unless it might be like too complicated, then that's okay. But I'm curious. I want to know. Tell me about the adventures. Two of us already lost our mechs. Oh no! No, I will. Yeah. I will be sad. No, no. I'm crying for you. We only destroyed 2 enemy mechs. The boss hurts. Oh no! I'm crying for you, Azelle. Poor a cold one. But yeah, I'll just be vibing. Scary boss. Art is looking poggers. Thank you, Azelle. Take ye, boss, Sag. Thank you, Azelle. Whoops! I actually shrinked. Hi. I am tight. I am chibi again. I'm just kidding. I was on VTube Studios. There we go. I'm back to normal. It's like I have shrunk. Imagine if I like started recording and then it turns out I didn't have the setting to save VODs enabled. That'd be pain pickle. Because I did have to disable it for the the little gorilla unarchived stream. You can't see it anymore because I wanted to. It's like it had to be unarchived. Whoops! I accidentally minimized that. But man, imagine, I would be very sad. I would be upsetty and spaghetti. Okay. Yes, very stanky. Very stanky, big Sag. I believe in you though, as I'm sure you'll be able to take that boss down. I believe it. I believe in you. And then when that's done, you'll be like, heck yeah, let's go! And we will celebrate and we will celebrate with you. think I'll go ahead and just, like, paint it entirely. There we go. Man, I raging at this game, lol. Uh-oh. What game you playing, Sprat? I realize that's a little too dark. Let me see if I can't, like, fix that a little bit. That's a little too dark. That's gonna stand out from everything else. So let me soften that a little bit. There we go. That's better. I need to soften this a little bit too. That's gonna make it, that's a little too bold. Okay, there we go. I'm playing Yakuza 0. I'm trying to win at this betting game and it's testing my patience. Oh no. Good luck. It's like a card game and you play against a banker. You get 2 cards and try to get as close to the number 9 as possible. Ooh, I see. So it's kind of like blackjack. Kinda. It's a little different, slightly different since it's like you gotta be close to the number 9. It kind of it reminds me of blackjack at least. It's like a smaller version that you could say. Was it blackjack? Where it's like you have to get close to, where you have to be like either at 21 or get close to 21 as much as possible. Yeah, kinda, but you could pull another card as well. Ooh, gotcha. Gotcha. It's a 4-player game and you rotate roles. Ooh, I see. Sounds fun. But although it might not be fun, since it is testing your patience, like you said, it's like, uh-oh. It really do be based on luck. It really do. That's kind of me in a way. I'm like, when I played the Paper Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, it's like, oh fudge. The what was it? The Playroom games where you could like bet 10 coins and hopefully get a lot. and not get a Bowser panel. That was painful. I was like, okay, let me just abuse the restore point that you could get from like the virtual consoles that restore points. It's called Oichokabu. Dang it. Poggers. Poggers. I need to make 1 million yen to get the completion point. Oh no, that's a lot. Where it's like where are you at so far? I just got a new SSD, so now I can download all of my old games again. Let's go! Zips Gaming Pog. I am safe going it so I don't lose any money, and you're at 330,000. I had to make sure I was reading that right. Pretty sure I read that right. Yeah. Goodness, I don't know how to read numbers. Yeah. But good luck, Sprat, I believe. Ooh, I have Yakuza 0. As I'll like Yakuza 0 playthrough? Up to you though. Like Yakuza playthrough stream talk? I downloaded my favorite game of all time, which also happens to be my most hated game of all time. Oh, what's that? What's that, Zips? The game is For Honor. Oh, yeah. Speaking of For Honor, there was like a lot of what was it? A lot of talk about For Honor during E3. Looked pretty hype. I think there was like some updates and stuff. I don't know. I haven't paid attention too much because it's like, oh, there's games I don't really like play, so I'm like, oof, I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad. There was an update 2 days ago. Ooh, I see. Poggers. Not only have to wait a month for the new character to come out, pain. A whole month, pain. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to render the eyes, but it's okay. I'll work on the clothing because that definitely takes the longest for me to do. Clothing and hair takes me the longest to like render. Well, hair isn't that bad because there's really no blending except for like when I work on the shadows. There will be a bit of blending, but that's not that bad because of the way I like color the hair. It's like different. I haven't played it yet, but I watched a stream. Ooh, it did look fun though. It do be looking fun. I might stream it. Lol. Let's go. Oh yeah. Wait, what game is? Oh yeah, is it the? Oh, it's for Yakuza. I thought it was like For Honor. I'm like, whoa, is that playing For Honor? Pog? Sorry, I'm doing D&D, so my responses are a bit delayed. It's okay. That's A-okay. You keep an eye on your D&D stuff. Wait, no, not watery 3. I need 2. There we go. Make it a little shiny. Thank you. No problemo. Good luck. Take down that boss like it's no tomorrow. And avenge your lost mechs. So far, I've disposed of 2 bombs, so things are looking up Millhouse. Yo, let's go. It is a fun game. Heck yeah. My PC account is different from my Xbox account, where I have 22 days of playtime. I can't escape this game. Oh no. Oh no. The game is coming back to haunt you. It's haunted you like it did today. Like, there you go. Have some For Honor. I did forget briefly that it's like, oh yeah, they already did a crossover before with Mario and the Rabbids series, so it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I was like, wait, Mario and Ubisoft? What are you doing here, Mario? And then I remembered, oh yeah, crossover. Derp. Okay, so that's about it for that. Then now I do the little glowy blue light. I guess you could say. I guess the better term is backlight. Okay, let's just do like a subdue, make it more subdued that way. Okay. Let's save that. Oh yeah, I should probably upload. Probably upload my schedule so I don't forget, and I'll schedule it. I am the weirdo though that likes to like have Sunday as like the first day instead of Monday. I don't know why. I just like having Sunday be like the first day. Also, I have destroyed Mosquito. Goodbye, Mosquito. You are not sucking my blood tonight. Except now I gotta clean my tablet. Hey, because it just landed on my tablet, and I'm like, Ree! I low-key look forward to fall when the mosquitoes start to be gone. And when like the weather gets like not too cold like winter, but just enough where it's like it's not like unbearably warm and hot. Because as much as I like warm weather, I don't like summer because it's too warm. It's too hot. It's like right now it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little warm. Just a little bit. Not too bad though. Normally here in this good old state that is Texas, sometimes it gets up to 100 degrees. Although I'm sure it's not as bad as like Arizona. It's like Arizona. I almost said Amazon. Dagnabbit. it's like it's not, I'm sure it's like nothing compared to like Arizona or California though. Those are, I'm sure that's like goes way hotter. It gets hecka hotter. And over there. I need to make the leggings a little bit darker. That looks a little weird like that, so I'm gonna fix that a bit. Whoopsies. Wrong thing. There we go. So I think, so this is meant to be like a little darker, and then... I'm gonna experiment a little bit here. Okay. It's not quite like Procreate, so I'll stick with my normal style for now. Oopsies. I wanted to erase. There we go. Okay. Then do the same for here, but I don't want it to be as strong because it's gonna be all wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
So maybe like something like this. Nah, I stopped. Couldn't get any more progress. Aw. Dang it. Maybe, hopefully next time you'll have that progress luck, and it'll work in your favor. Eh. Let's erase this a little bit, because that might be a little too much blue going on. I need it to be a bit more subtle than the coattails. Let's erase like this much. There we go. I switched to Slay the Spire so I can talk more. Ooh, I see, I see. That is okay if you aren't able to. Video games sometimes just can be like that, where it's like, okay, kind of focus. That's what happened during my Monster Hunter stream. It was just like, I didn't really talk much because I was like trying to survive basically. It's like, feels bad. I'm sorry, y'all. That's bound to happen in games like that, where it's like, okay, I gotta make sure I survive. Because it's kind of like, it's not really easy to pause in Monster Hunter 2. Because it's like, I gotta go through a menu to get to the pause. There we go, that looks way better. Yeah, that looks way better now. I'm gonna give it a little bit more shine in the leggings though, so... not too much, so... Watery 4 will be good. Like that. Alright. On glow dodge, so it'll be like quite shiny. Do something like that. Just blend it out a little bit. Oops. And then I do a little line. Ooh, I want Slay the Spire. Yeah, true. Roguelike and card building, let's go. Ideal game, in my opinion. Let's go. Let's go. Never actually played it before. I think you mentioned it a while back too. I'm like, oh yeah, I should look into that. I'll give it a look-see. Okay. Let me erase that. There we go. That was a bit too strong right there. This one's also a little too harsh. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. Yes, I got a Game Pass, so I didn't really pay anything. Yo, let's go. Game Pass is very good though. You could get a lot of games for like, what was it? $1? Yeah. It was like a dollar, I think, something like that. But either way, like, it's pretty cheap. A pretty good selection of games. Xbox Game Pass. That sounds pretty good, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh no, it was like a 3 months of Ultimate for $1. That's still a pretty generous trial, I'd say. Let me see the plans, actually. Get your first month for $1, then $10 a month afterwards. Then Ultimate first 3 months for $1, then $15 afterwards. After those first 3 months. I hardly ever pay for games anymore. That's understandable since you got to Game Pass, and a lot of the games are now coming to Game Pass, which is pretty poggers. That's pretty poggers, I'd say. No need to buy games when it's like gonna come out on Game Pass. Yeah, Ultimate is great because you can use it on PC too. Oh yeah, true. You can also use it on PC. I think they're starting to eventually have it so you can also play on your phone, which is pretty poggers. Play Xbox Game Pass games on your phone. I think that's pretty pog. It's like true portability. Or if you just want to lay on your bed for a while, and it's like, I want to play games, but also I don't want to leave my bed. That's me with my iPad. I'm like, I want to draw, but I don't want to leave my bed. I'm too comfy. I could be wrong though, but I think they were. I'm pretty sure I heard they were about to go on their, about to like appear on the phone, something like that. Which makes it so convenient. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? If I want to take a break from the computer, but I still want to play Xbox Game Pass games, I can play on my phone. Let's go. Actually, now that I think about it, I got a free thing of Ultimate Game Pass for after my brother got me an Xbox controller so I could play on PC. Never used it since it's like I don't really play too much games enough like to like justify it. Most of the games I play tend to be like the same ones I always tend to play, like the Warriors games. Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Cops. Although this guy is 6 will break that streak a little bit. That'll be coming in pretty soon, actually. About 3 weeks. Well, when it hits midnight here, then it'll be 2 weeks. About. Yeah, I have iPhone. I don't think those games work on here. Sag. Maybe soon, I think. Maybe they'll have a little app or something. Or I could be misreading everything. Because that's what I saw in like a little, what was it? In a news article. But maybe I'm wrong. Save. Let's save that. I got the iPad originally to draw, and I like it way more than I thought. Yeah, the iPad is, like, very good. Especially when they introduced the Apple Pencil, I'm like, yo, that's a game changer. Let's frickin' go. I could draw on the go, or even better, while I'm laying down on my bed. Let's go. I used to play Genshin Impact a little bit on it because it's like, I don't want to go on my computer, or I want to give my computer a break. Although I don't play Genshin anymore. I don't play Genshin anymore. So what is this Gaia? I've never played. So it's like, turn-based strategy RPG. I think one of the games is available on Game Pass too. I think it was Disgaea 4, which is very, very good. It's like very poggers. Disgaea, I would recommend. Oh yeah, I tried Genshin when it first launched, but I didn't really get too into it. Me neither. I tried it when it like a bit after it launched. It's just like, yeah. Was already burnt out on gacha games by that point, same. By that time they launched, it's like, oh yeah, I already like I had already dropped Gallia Lost. I like all the fan art though. Me too. I like all the fan art. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. I feel that. I feels bad, man. I got deluxe from the free roll. No! Pain. I never got my tsundere, man. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on Genshin right now. The world of level difficulty is too high and my characters aren't leveled enough. Pain. Yeah, I heard people who wailed for him. Ooh. I didn't wail for him because I was like, let's stay free to play, and I'm like, no. I need my tsundere Batman. I need my tsundere fiery Batman. Deluxe. Yeah, I just got lucky when I got the free roll slave. Tsundere fire Batman. Yes, he is tsundere fire Batman. Vigilante at night, and tsundere at day. Tsundere Batman at night. Let's go. Oopsies, wrong one. There we go. It's dumb, like you can't set the world level, and I try to get things to level up, but I die too quickly and don't get lucky drops. Oh no, that sucks. I wish you could change it, like... Can't believe it's like, it just goes up way too much, too fast, seems like. Dang. It's like... That's sucky though, it's like there's... It seems like there's really no winning. Wonder if, like, co-oping might help? Like, running co-op session with someone? I don't know, I don't know enough of Genshin to, it's like, maybe it doesn't work like that, but... Just something I thought about, I'm like, wait, could that help? Or maybe not. Yeah, it's fun, but I haven't played since Hu Tao. Oh, I see, I see. I haven't played since I got to Zhongli. He was my first 5-star roll. I didn't even try to wail. I was like, alright, sure, why not? And then I ended up getting him. Yeah, probably, but no one really plays anymore, Pain. Yeah, I guess it's like I just stopped because it's like, oh yeah, I was also burnt out on gacha games. Not only that, but also it's just like, maybe a little too grindy for me. Maybe a little too much. I like grindy, but there's a thing as too much grindy. For me, at least. It's just like, that might be a little much. And it's like, and that big fear of missing out vibe. It's like, ooh, I want these characters, but I know that I will probably never get them. Unless I spend, like, thousands of dollars. Money I don't have. That FOMO. That FOMO is like, is what got also pretty much made me like, alrighty. Alrighty, I'll just stop playing and I won't have to worry about the FOMO. The fear of missing out. I spent too much money on that game. Not as much as Unko, but still. Man, I saw, like, Unko spending so much money. Are you okay, Unko? I took a sneak peek at his stream a while back when he did that. I'm like, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's a lot. Make sure you're okay. Like, with bills and food and stuff. Okay. I was concerned. Very concerned. I'm like, please make sure you're still financially comfortable to like, for like the necessities and stuff. That applies to everybody too. Like, make sure you're comfy enough financially. No one has to. It's like no one's obligated to sub or donate. You know, it's like if you want to support, make sure it's like that. It's like I appreciate it, but also it's like make sure you're comfy, and and like make sure you're financially comfy, and you take care of yourself first and foremost. I feel like every VTuber plays Genshin Impact. No, only give money. No. Oh no. Ne, yamete. It's like smacks the cursor away from the donate button. Oh, well, I can't actually do that. I can't do that. I can't stop anyone. I feel like every VTuber plays Genshin Impact, so I might pick it back up. Let's go, Azel Genshin Impact streams. maybe the luck of streams might get you your whichever character you might be wanting. They're now like starting to announce new characters, but I still know that it's like people were looking forward to Eula. I'm like, dang, lots of Eula fan art abound, for sure, and Hu Tao back then too. Now I spend money on food mostly. Good. Be comfy, and make sure you have enough for food. Food is good. Food is delicious. I like food. I would like do the little like treat stream thing, open that up, but because I can only stream at 10 p.m. there's no way I could really take advantage of that fully. I'm like, oh hey, it's like also optional like donations. But if you want, it's like you could order food for me. There's not many places here that's like open really late either, so can't take advantage of that. I need to stop I've been getting chubby over the last couple of years, excuse me. Aw. Whoopsies. That's the wrong thing. I was on the wrong window. There we go. So I think I might wrap it up a little bit like quite early tonight. I might wrap it up a little bit early, and also because I think my phone is starting to get to the point where it's like the battery drains a little faster than normal, and I don't have it plugged in, so I think I might wrap it up. I'm gonna check out who to raid real quick for tonight. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I finally did a Ring Fit workout. Yo, let's go. How was it? I know, like, it can be pretty intense. Okay, thanks for a fun stream. Thank you for being poggers. For stopping by, every one of you. Thank you all for being poggers. Okay. Alrighty. Gonna set up real quick. I was just checking real quick. Okay then. But yeah, I'll wrap it up a little early tonight. So, thank y'all for stopping by and watching. Hope y'all have a good day/night. Take care, stay safe. See y'all on Tuesday. Because that'll be the start of my regular stream schedule. Will be like Tuesday to Saturday. Until I say otherwise. That might change, but so far, for now I'll do Tuesday to Saturday until I like decide to like change it or not. We'll see. But yes. Take care, y'all. Goodbye. And also, before I forget, my raid message, I'll just do my default one like I normally do. And my socials. Because I also tend to forget. Okay, good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank y'all for being poggers again. Okay. Bye!